So, Pooch, get this. About 2 weeks ago, Kristin Smith sleepwalked onto the set, and we were like, "What's going on?" She goes, "I don't know where I am.
She did the
what's
whole
going
show
on?"
asleep.
You did. You had no sleep at all whatsoever because her 2-year-old is getting her up at night, which happens to a lot of us when we have our little ones. And you have a little one too,
yes,
7 months old.
Julian, yes.
7 months old?
So
7 months, yes.
You know the pain.
I know the deal.
Yeah.
all right. So the situation has turned around for you.
Oh my goodness, completely. First of all, it was such a nightmare. I had almost given up hope. Like I was desperate. So I'm so excited we're doing this segment because for anyone out there who's in my situation, like maybe you have a toddler who's not sleeping, there really is hope. So don't completely freak out just yet. So it's completely changed. Kingston was waking up to 5 times a night. Sometimes we'd be up from 1 to 4 a.m. Every night was different, and it was crazy.
And you recorded him because you just wanted us to see how bad it was.
Yeah, I was like, look at my life, everyone. Here we go.
Oh, King.
This happened like several times a night. That happened all night long for, it's been two years. Yeah.
But look, in that
have
short a
changed.
time, things have turned around.
Completely turned around. Yeah. Okay. So one of those nights, it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, this baby's almost due. Like, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Have to do something. So I just Googled like something. I don't know. I could barely see. It was 5 in the morning, and I found this woman. Her name's Natalie, and I reached out to her by email. I did a FaceTime conversation with her, and she changed my life.
All right, well, let's bring her on because she changed your life. She's going to change everybody else's life.
I hope so.
Natalie, welcome.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi. You're joining us from where, Portland?
I am, yep, I'm in Portland.
All right.
That's where I was raised, by the way.
Oh, fantastic.
Coincidence, just saying.
Okay,
That's right.
so you tapped your heels together 3 times, you waved a magic wand, and all things got better?
That's right, it was overnight. Actually, it was kind of overnight, but no magic
Literally
wand.
overnight.
All right, take us through the process of what you did to help Kristin and Kingston.
Yeah, well, I wanted to kind of walk you guys through it from kind of like the toddler's eyes, because even though Kristin did a lot of things to get ready ahead of time, I think this was a big deal kind of for Kingston. And one of the first things we did was kind of show him a chart and say, hey, buddy, here's all the things. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Natalie, will you tell them really quick what Kingston's problem was? Because prior to starting everything, you diagnosed him.
Yeah, so Kingston kind of had the same issue that most kiddos that I work with do. And that's that he didn't really know how to go to sleep without help. Kingston had kind of a unique issue in that he was getting up a couple times a night, really kind of seemingly hungry, having smoothies, things like that in the middle of the night. But he just really couldn't go to sleep on his own. And that's really the issue that all kids that come to me have. Whether it's like a 4-month-old or a 3-year-old, they really don't know how to go to sleep on their own.
So how did you solve the sleep problems? It sounds like Kingston was training his mommy, is what was happening.
Oh my gosh, Kingston decided when he was going to go to sleep, where, and how. I rocked him to sleep every night. And a lot of new moms do rock their kid to sleep, or dads, every day.
So
how did you solve the problem?
Yeah, let's go to the chart.
Let's go through the plan.
Let's go to the chart.
Now let's go to the chart.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So for Kingston, one of the things that a lot of toddlers do is they go to bed and then they say, hey, I need a cup of water, I need a hug, I need something else.
Everything.
And this chart really helps kids kind of check off all those things before they get in bed, so that once you put them to bed, they kind of know, hey, I've had a chance to do all these things. I can't, I'm not really going to be able to ask for it again.
And they have little stickers here? Is that what these are for? And Kingston places those?
Yeah, I was a little worried at first. First of all, I'm a total skeptic. I never believed in sleep training prior to this. But this chart was really cool because Kingston loves stickers, so much so that I was a little nervous going into it. Like he would love it too much and not be tired because he'd be like, yay, stickers! But it was the opposite. It turned bedtime into a very exciting thing for him. So not only did we go through the bedtime routine, but we sealed it with a sticker. So in his brain, it's almost like, yeah, I did that. Now it's sealed with a sticker. You know what I mean? So it was brilliant for him.
Natalie also asked you to change his bedroom, correct?
Yeah, so first of all, had to step up the baby proofing just a notch, just in case, and then got a couple props. I had to go, go shopping.
Natalie, take us through the things that you had Kristin get.
Yeah, so let's start with the white noise machine. So studies have shown that white noise helps people of all ages sleep better. This is also something that covers up a lot of sort of exterior noise. In Kingston's case, his motivation was wanting to keep the door open. The problem with keeping the door open is that he can hear what mom and dad are doing. So we wanted to make sure he had something that was kind of covering up those sounds from the house. Right. I believe the next thing there is that beautiful sort of toddler clock. I have the same one. It's the one I recommend to all my clients.
Yep.
You can find it on Amazon. And Kristin, I don't know if it'll turn on, but the green light, or rather the red light kind of indicates when your kids need to stay in bed. And the green light indicates when it's okay for them to kind of get up for the day. If it were up to them, they'd get up when the sun comes up. Yeah. So this is a great tool for toddlers to kind of know, okay, it's the morning. Now I can start the day.
Okay, so they don't start until they get to the green.
That's right.
So when
it's very visual, right? So they don't need to be able to tell time.
Can I just tell you how brilliant this worked? Because Kingston, every time it turns green in the morning at 6 o'clock, he's like, it's morning, good morning, good morning. And he literally says, I did it. I stayed in my bed till morning.
Wow, and so when the red light stays on all night then, if he wakes up and it's red, he goes to sleep? Is that the idea?
Yeah. He goes back to bed. Yeah.
But you also had Post-it notes for Kristin, but he can't read. I don't understand the Post-it notes.
Okay, so explain this, Natalie. This is a big one.
Okay. So here's the thing that everybody needs to understand about toddlers in particular is that they have a language and they have a currency. And your job as a parent is try to find a way to compel them to make the decision to stay in bed, not you forcing them to stay in bed. Yes. In Kingston's case, we had the Post-its to represent how many chances he had to leave the room. And once he exhausted all those chances, the door would be closed and he wouldn't be able to leave his room after that. There's a couple of ways to kind of confine a child to their room, and this obviously gets a little sticky. People feel very concerned and weird about, feeling like they're locking their kid in, but it's not too much different than having a crib.
True.
And once Kingston realized, hey, this door really is going to be closed, and then I won't be able to come out until that light turns green, it took one night. And I think that the next day he napped. Was that right, Kristin?
Oh, yeah. It took one night, and then he was napping the next day, it took 2 minutes the first night, and he didn't even cry. He just whined a little bit. It took literally 2 minutes. The next night, it took about 20 seconds, and ever since then after that. But let me just tell you, because I know a lot of parents will relate, that I was terrified about this whole Post-it thing. I was like, it's too much. Kingston won't understand it. He's not going to understand my chances. But by the second Post-it, he was like, my chances. And he chose to stay in bed. It was the most wild thing in the world. He completely got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're so much smarter than we.
Yeah.
I know. Now every time he sees a Post-it anywhere, even at Office Max, he's like, my chances.